Good morning. Sorry, good morning, everyone. A good Monday to you all. I'm Stef Duvenage, like Warren said, from OUTsurance. I'm a commercial broker, and obviously the OUTsurance been around for 25 years. Was our birthday last week, so well set company in the South African market and also a few other countries. The purpose this morning is obviously to run through a quick presentation and then focused on the second last slide, which is applicable to your trade. And then if there's questions, I would love to answer them. And just for admin purposes, I will give my number and my email address out on the message box. And so if someone needs to ask me a few questions offline or book a call, because I know you guys are on the road a lot, then please do so and send me a message. I will definitely give you a call. So yeah, three principles. Obviously, trust is a big thing in insurance, and price as well, and then obviously service. So we've dedicated ourselves to this organizations to giving you the best prices and premiums possible, and then obviously the service that comes with that. I'll elaborate on that a little bit later, but yeah, I would be your first point of contact for quotes, for recommendations, for general advice. So you have one go-to person to start off this process if you are interested in us having a look at your business and to make sure that you've got adequate cover. We just one back, sorry. So like I said, that's a little bit outdated, 25 years. Very important for you guys is the turnaround of claims, which is 1.6 days on average. That process, if you have a claim, will only involve me, your broker, and that would be a phone call to me. The rest I will handle and set up a call at your convenience with the call center. So the only time you will be talking to a call center is when you have a claim. Yes, you can see the stats, they're pretty good, and the one in red at the bottom. So for the last 5 years, I mean, OUTsurance has had the least amount of complaints referred to the ombudsman, which is a great stat. So what that basically means is that you've got happy customers, and there has been the fewest complaints or discrepancies in payouts among all the insurances. Okay, like I mentioned, I'll be your single point of contact for these purposes. So you'll have a personal broker, no call centers. You phone me and say, Steph, I bought a new vehicle. We need to add it from tomorrow, or I've bought another generator. Can you please add it? Or yeah, I've sold this bucky. We need to get rid of that. We need to take that off the insurance. Whatever it is, and as you see, the second last point there would be the claim support, where I will play a pivot role or pivotal role in helping you through the process. So yeah, it's nice to have a one go-to guy to phone to say, assist me with this, or what do you recommend with this? Where am I short in cover? And maybe I'm over covered in some instances. So as from the first slide that you see is all the premiums are based on you as a business owner or the persons that's actually driving your vehicles. So you are the risk if you drive the vehicle. So the premium of the car you're driving is built around your risk profile. So yeah, there's no generalization of premiums, and you would get a premium obviously suited for your business and your use, and also your history. So that all affects your premium. And obviously a premium doesn't change for 12 months. So if your premium is 1,500 for say for a year, that stays the same. Once a year we'll get a re-rate, and obviously that re-rate will be discussed with you It doesn't matter how many claims you have in that 1 year, your premium will stay the same. Like we said, it's a unique on your profiles, the premium. Important here is the fixed excesses we use. So obviously, you know that if you pay on say a generator, you've got a lower premium of maybe 100 Rand, but your excess is 5,000 based on that premium, and your generator costs you maybe 12,000. That calculation doesn't really make sense. You rather pay 110 and you only have 1,500 as excess. So we look at all the excesses and explain them to you in whichever you are comfortable. But it is a big advantage to have a low excess and a slightly high premium. A lot of quotes that you receive have got a very high excess, but you don't normally always see them. But you just look at the premium. So you see a premium, and when it comes to claim stage, you've got to pay a big excess amount. So we upfront with the excesses, and you confirm, how high that should be. Obviously, out bonus is a big thing about OUTsurance, and after 3 years, you get 10% of your premium back as a non-claimer. But even on a business, they look at it. So if you had a few small claims, and it is less than 30% on your claim ratio, they will still have a look at it and pay you out a portion of your claim bonus. And obviously, then the 24/7 help out is there for your assistant for all your vehicles. And I'm sure you've seen some of the ads and how successful and helpful that offer has been in the past. So coming back to you guys, like I said, I don't want to bore you with a long presentation, but if you look at common associated risk in your industry, and what is the most important for you guys, is your vehicle first of all. Doesn't matter if you're a one-man business or you're a big company, your vehicles is very important, because that's how you do your business. And then obviously your tools. So your tools would include every single tool that's on the vehicles when you go out to a client. That would include vehicles, tools of the trade. It will be generators, even cell phone, because your cell phone is your business. And then public liability, which is one of the risks that is required to become a member of IOPSA. And that is a premium that you won't even know it's there, because it's very low. And I'll explain a little bit better on the public liability, and then defective workmanship. So vehicle stays, basically all your vehicles are covered comprehensively. There are different types of insurance when it comes to a vehicle, but in a business, you can't afford to actually have other insurance than comprehensive to have you covered fully in any event. So like I said, tools are very important. That's what you carry around with you. That's what's in your vehicles. Make sure it's safe, and we cover your tools and cell phone and generator and compressors. Doesn't matter what you use as business or risk. So what that means that those items are covered anywhere in the world. So it doesn't matter where they are, as long as they in your possession and not left somewhere unattended or open canopy bucky or something like that. But that is just the terms and conditions and your underwriting. You will be covered for all of that. Public liability works on a basis where you get sued and you get found guilty in a court of law that you have to pay a certain amount. You don't pay public liability upon receival of a lawyer's letter. So it is a court case, so it's a long process, and that funds are then there to assist you with if there's a payout or if there is any legal costs that you might have incurred in this process. So that's why it's so important to have this as a member of IOPSA. there's loads of products that you can add to this, but these are the 4 basic ones, and defective workmanship comes in here. So let me use an example. If you put in a geyser, you leave the premises, and yes, the geyser is faulty, it bursts, and it damages office contents like carpets and maybe a boardroom table, expensive boardroom table or something like that. So we don't cover the actual geyser, but we cover the consequential damage, which would be then the table and the carpets and whatever the damage has been as a result of the defective workmanship. So this would have been if someone installs it incorrectly. So this would be a mistake made by yourself. If it comes to defective products, which is a secondary item to defective workmanship, it's the same as a consequential damage. If there's a faulty geyser from a specific brand and it's not your installation that was faulty, but actually the product, the cover would be the same. It would be the consequential damage as a result of the defective product. So that, in short, look, there's a few other products that we can add. Personal accident, there's 20 other products, but to start off with, that this should give you a basis of good cover if you don't have these covers. And if you have a lot more cover, if you're a bigger business, then yes, we would be able to have a look at what you are covered for and to make sure that you are covered. We will come out to your business and make sure that you are covered correctly, that you've got the correct security measures installed. If you've got an office you're operating for, if you're a bigger business, your premises. So personally, I will assess with your help, because there is information that we require to actually assist you. Assess that your risks of your business, and every business is different. And then I would recommend cover for you and discuss what you require and what we actually recommend for your business. So that is in short what I've got to say. I'm not sure if there's a lot of questions. I'm gonna before I leave in the chat put my number down, my cell phone number, and also my email address. I know that you guys run around a lot of times, and that office-based time is maybe restricted. So if you can send me a message to say I can phone you at this and this time, we just got general questions, I will gladly answer them and then assist you wherever you need. If you just got questions and you're not sure about a certain risk that you covered with, give me a call or send me a message on WhatsApp, email, doesn't matter. I can get back to you at a suitable time for you, and then we can go from there. And together, I'm sure we can sort out all your questions and all your requirements. So for now, I'm just going to put that in the chat quickly, and then if there's any questions or any on the presentation or on any of the products available to you guys and the process, please feel free to ask.
Well, thank you very much, Stefan. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do have questions, please do post in the Q&A chat. We will tend to it. Is there anything you'd like to add, Steve?
Thanks very much for this morning. Just a couple of things. I mean, if some of the individuals, I know a lot of the guys do have cover, but if they do have and they want to get an alternative or maybe have a look at, comparing apples with apples, is that something that you can do as well?
Yeah, like I said there, thanks for that question. It's a very, very good and valid point. So first of all, I would then assess what you are currently covered for. So you have a look at your schedule and say, all right, you covered for this, you covered for this, but your generator is not covered under all risks. So your generator may be covered under office contents or something like that. Your generator goes with you as an example. So I would say, look, this is not correct. Let's put it under business all risk. When there's a claim, there will be no issue at all. And then I'll make recommendation to you and say, look, this is what we suggest. this is how we could go from here and then take the discussion from there. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, no, I think that'll be good if you can have if the guys have that, because I mean, I know the majority of guys do have, cover, and it's something that I've found, Steph, is that, when there is a claim and then they go through the fine print, they found that, it's covered for A, but not for B, or vice versa. So it's just to make sure that those things are in the right sort of tick box sort of exercises, so that there is no issues with regards to claims, going forward. It's not something that everybody scrutinizes in terms of what they actually covered for. And then just another one, Steph, a lot of the guys will be working on a project here, and, now they're going to get into a bigger project. So again, would they make contact with you and say, look, I'm going into this very upmarkety office block, whatever, the risks are that much higher? Is that something that can be adapted and changed?
Yes. So there we've got contractors all risk and contractors specific. So that's two products. If you go in a big project, we can cover you for 10 projects a year if you're going to be busy, or if you've got a specific one and you're going to be busy for, say, 2 months. So then we take that 2 months, you get the information, I sit with you, we go through all the numbers, and then make sure for this contract you are covered specifically for that duration of the contract, because a lot of things can actually go wrong that is not your fault, like suppliers and you can pay penalties if you don't produce whatever you said on a certain date. So that we all sit down and talk about what can go wrong, and then we go from there, and we cover you for those unforeseen circumstances, and that is what insurance is there for. If it's not your fault and you have to pay penalties, we cover those penalties if it's something that you covered for, obviously. The big thing that you mentioned before, before this question, is obviously being covered correctly, because yes, my generator is insured, but it's not insured when it's outside, so that doesn't make sense. But because we are face to face, and we come to your business and make sure that we understand how your business works and how you operate, then we cover, more than often, we cover those things to make sure. So the information that your members will give must be spot on, because we can only work on info we receive. But we do sit and go through the whole process before you click on the button to say, yes, cover me now. So, that's very important and a valid question as well.
Yeah. And I think, Steph, as we discussed before, a month ago, there's a whole lot of other things that come into play as well. Like you mentioned vehicle there, but now, we've had instances and cases where the plumber's been found wanting because the vehicle's covered, but, the pipe, the fittings, the tools and everything else, were not covered, So again, it's important having that discussion with the broker to be able to go through and make sure that, all the bases can be covered.
100%. I mean, without your tools, you can't work. So that's the most important. That's why I put those 4 on that one screen. Your tools you can't work without your tools. So you need to make sure that they're insured 24 hours and wherever you are in the world, basically. And then that is how we to the business all risk, and business all risk is specifically in your trade. It is very, very important to have all those things covered in the right areas, because at claim stage you don't want to have trouble.
No, I mean, we had one of our members a couple of weeks ago, the hijacked vehicle and everything that was in it, and trying to get everything sorted out was quite a mission. But Steph, thank you so much for this morning, and to Byron, I really do appreciate your efforts, and we look forward to you coming back again.
No, anytime. And like I said, guys, we're not all experts in insurance, but I could certainly look at your business and make recommendations that would maybe hopefully save you money on a monthly premium, because we have committed to give the best premiums possible, the lowest premiums to your members. And yeah, let's chat and see if we can help you. I'm here, so yeah, please make use of that. Thank you, and thank you everyone for listening.
Thank you. We have one question here.
Yes.
It says, I'm a contractor. We get 20 claims and your remittance are coming back wrong. But when I phone in the consultant said, we are very busy and I can only help you with 3. You need to phone again. Procurement is very slow.
Okay, so let me just see if I can understand that question. So you've got 20 claims, is that correct? Because it said claims, so if you got 20 claims at once, I must just understand that question. If that's correct,
I believe so.
Yeah. Okay. So if you got 20 claims at once, something big went wrong, and obviously you need my guidance on that. So that's where I come in, is to smooth out that process. I will be the first contact, so you won't be talking to you do customer claims. Okay, but in any case, that would come through to me, and then I will smooth out that process. So if that is 20 different claims, that would be handled by probably 20 different people, or maybe one person will have maybe 2 or 3. So then one person would handle a claim at one stage. So one claim, one person, one process. But I will be able to assist with that because I'm the middleman between the claims. I've got a hotline that I phone and say, look, this guy's car's just got stolen, phone him quickly. Then in 5 minutes, you'll receive a call and the process is there. I see there's another question. So how long does it take? So from like I said on that slide, it's the average is 1.6 days, but that also depends on you as a client, because sometimes you are not available when they phone. You might not have the documents they require if necessary. So the quicker this process is finished and the claim is then finally submitted, complete, 1.6 days on average. Maybe sooner, maybe a little bit later, but on average, that is what it is. I see there's another question from 2020. There's still money outstanding. Is this from OUTsurance, or is this from I don't know where this is outstanding from? Not sure what that is. I can't answer claims from 2020, unfortunately, but if it's with OUTsurance, then I could, you're welcome to send me an email with all those details. What I would need is the policy numbers, and I can go and look and submit them and see why. So obviously this is a problem you've had with claims. So yes, there's another question. My telephone number I've put on the chat. So you're welcome to phone me and take it as far as I can. But I'm here to help. So yeah, if you need questions or you have questions, certainly please give me a call. Thank you very much and have a good day.